to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Carr gonna throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Rodgers on the return. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
First and 10, Taylor now. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run here with Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They give it off here to the tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. Touchdown, Colts. Jelani Woods, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This one swung out to Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. On the counter, it's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On second down, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Corliss Waitman now. And here's Rodgers on the return. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
14. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts 32-yard line.
They give it to Williams, running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Now Wilson.
They're going right back to Hamler.
A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal.
Touch 50. 19.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Wilson on the keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Broncos have got it back to within a score.
So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On play action, it's Carr. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. This pass caught by Hamler. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, 0-0-0.
To throw again is Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The final shot here before half for Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gotw, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Wilson to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's good.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And some room to work. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They go play action with Wilson. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Play action. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Here's Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Left that.
13 yards. Brings up third.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
But the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
There.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Off the draw, here's Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Spot that.
Now Wilson.
Out quickly to Judy.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and now it's third and 3.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Carr. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown the last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Taken in at the 11.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there in the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10 from the gun. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Anthony Averett picks it.
And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's the gain of 7.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Stuck for a loss by the linebacker, Josie Jewell.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Play action. Now Wilson. Out to his left.
Finding Williams on the check down.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
Now it's Wilson.
At the 47-yard line.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the 1st down in the process. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They're going right back to Hamler.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
And the Colts are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Carr to throw.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Carr now on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing now is Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Carr to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. Like they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves...
And it's blocked. The Colts have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule. And there's a lot of consternation, especially...
And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
One last shot for Wilson. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.